everyone, welcome to Jolly Molly TV. Today we're going to stitch another fun block in this amazing project, Enchanted Winter by Kimberbell. In today's video, we're going to stitch the Snowflake #1 block, which is this one right here. That's going to be fun. All right, so let's go ahead and grab your plastic pouch system that you've labeled Snowflake #1 and your batting and any notions that you need, and let's head over to the machine and let's get started stitching. Okay, we're at the machine. I've got a bobbin of white thread down below. I have pulled today's block, the pouch labeled Snowflake #1. I'm going to pull out that fabric. All right. Now the thread I want to put in to start this is I'm going to put in the marlin, or in my case, a royal blue color. It'll blend nicely with this fabric. I'm going to go ahead and put that thread on the top of the machine. I'm going to use that for the first several steps, including the quilting that I'm going to be doing on this block. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that blue thread up on top, and you choose the color thread that you're going to do your quilting in, and go ahead and put that color thread on the top of your machine. Again, we're going to use it all for the first several steps, all the way up to the quilting. All right. I need to get the batting, which is going to be one of these squares, roughly the size of the fabric. Put that aside. Now we need to put a hoop on the machine. Now this design, the block is going to be 6.5 by 6.5, but the design itself, the snowflake, is only 3 inches by 3 inches. But because we're doing the block by block quilting, this needs to be able to stitch a 4.5 inch by 4.5 inch area. So your 4 by 4 inch hoop will not quite work. So I had to go one step up and select my 5 by 7 inch hoop. And then I put a piece of the poly no-show mesh stabilizer that I use for all of these blocks in my hoop. Okay, so let's go to the machine and let's load the design. Okay, so I'm going to go to my embroidery module. I have a Baby Lock Destiny, which is identical to the Brother Dream Machine. If you have something similar, you can follow along with these steps. I'm going to go to my flash drive, go to my Enchanted Winter folder, and now I want to go to the Quilting Designs. Okay, the quilting design that Kimberbell is recommending for this is the geometric. So I have them all in subfolders. I'm going to click on geometric. And I'm looking for the 4 by 4 inch design. 2 by 2, 2 by 2. Here we go. 4 by 4. And it wants to do horizontal. So I'm going to click this one right here where the design is going horizontally, not vertically, horizontally. We want that one. There we go. That looks right. So I'm going to click set. I don't need to do anything to this. Now I'm going to add the main embroidery design on top of this. If your machine is capable of doing this, this saves a couple seconds here. I'm going to go back to my flash drive, back to Enchanted Winter, and now go to the main project design folder. Okay, if your machine can't do this, don't worry. You're going to stitch out the quilting design first, clear that from memory, and then load this design and stitch it out. Okay, I am looking for Snowflake #1, which is labeled as such. That looks like the snowflake I'm looking for, and I don't need to do anything to it. I'm going to click set, and it brought it in exactly centered on that block, and click embroidery. Easy peasy, huh? Okay, so now I've got my blue thread up on top. The first stitch we're going to do is going to be the placement line telling me where to put the batting. All right, let's do this. Foot down, and let's stitch out the placement line. Okay, that's easy enough to see with the blue thread. So I'm going to put the batting down and I want to center it, making sure I cover all of that placement line. Left to right looks good. And top to bottom looks good. All right. Don't worry if there's a couple wrinkles in the batting. That doesn't cause a problem. All right. Let's put the foot down and let's tack down this batting. Keep your fingers away from the moving needle. Use your stylus if you need to. And definitely for the back side, I use the stylus. I never put my fingers along the back side, ever. All right, so now I want you to take the hoop gently off the machine. There we go. Take this over to a table, and I want you to use a pair of curved scissors, just like this. If you need something like this, I have a link on Amazon in the description below that will take you to these scissors where I got them. They're amazing. Help with applique. And trimming up all of this batting. So I want you to trim around the outside edge and get rid of all this excess batting. And then I'll meet you right back here. Okay, now that I've got that all trimmed up, it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be trimmed up. All right, let's do the next stitch, which is going to be the placement line, of where we're going to put the fabric. But I need to rethread my needle here. There we go. Once in a while it pops up. Then make sure you don't have any loops because that'll cause damage to your machine. All right. Let's stitch out the placement line for the fabric. Okay. Now I'm going to lay the fabric down, and they have shown in the picture that they have the fabric going up and down with the V, not like sideways. They show it up and down. So I'm going to do the same thing that they've done. And then I'm going to center it on that placement line. And the easiest tip is to feel for the batting. You can feel for the edge of the batting, and it'll tell you if you're pretty well centered. And this I am. So we're good. I'm going to put the foot down using the same blue thread I've got up on top. I'm going to tack down this fabric. And I like that. This color blue thread is going to give it a nice little accent. So it's going to blend in, but you're going to be able to see it just a little bit. I think it's going to be pretty. So now we're going to do the quilting design. Make sure you have the thread up on the top of the machine. That is the color that you want to do your quilting. Put your foot down, and this is only a minute stitch out. Here we go. All right, so this is a little hard to see. Let me see if I can move it over here a little bit better. There you go. It's a little busy with the fabric print, but it looks okay, I think. Not crazy about the print on the fabric with that, but I think it'll look good once we put the snowflake on it. Okay, so now I'm going to put the hoop back on the machine here. And now we're going to load the thread up at the top of the machine that we want the snowflakes to be. Now, they are recommending a linen, which is this color linen, like an ivory that I have. But in my preference, I really think snowflakes should be white. So I'm going to make my snowflakes white. You can make your snowflakes any color you want. You know what would be really cool? Possibly lavender. But I'm going to go ahead and put white thread and make my snowflakes white. You put whatever color thread you want your snowflakes to be in the top of your machine. And we're going to stitch this out. This is a 12-minute and real-time stitch out. All right. And while we're doing this, I want you to be thinking about, do you want rhinestones to accent your snowflakes? If you do, then the step after this step, not this one, the step after, we're going to skip, which is going to be some filling of some snowflake accents. And I'm probably going to do rhinestones, so I will be skipping the following step. But if you're not going to use rhinestones, then you'll stitch this step out and the next step. All right. So let's go ahead and think about that while we're watching the snowflake come to life. This is 12-minute in real-time stitch out. Enjoy. All right, that's cool. That makes it look a lot better. Not a fan of the fabric, but the snowflake looks great on the quilting on that. So I took my hoop off the machine because I'm going to skip the next step. I'm going to be putting hot fix rhinestones on this snowflake, so I don't need to stitch out the next step. Now, if you don't want to do rhinestones, then I would go ahead and stitch the next step, which is just going to put little like edges, I want to call them like ornaments or round berry-like accents on the end of these leaves, similar to the middle. It's going to put those on the end. So go ahead and stitch those out now using the same color thread, or you could change it up, do like little silver thread on the edge. That would be cool. Or you can even use an ivory, kind of do a little offset from the white. So go ahead and stitch that last step out. If you're going to use rhinestones, don't stitch it out. You're done. All right. So either way, when you're done with the block, you're going to take the hoop off the machine. This looks awesome. We're going to then go over to the table and I'm going to show you how to finish up this block. Okay, we're at the table with this amazing snowflake block, and the last thing we have to do is square this up to 4.5 inches across by 4.5 inches high. So let's go ahead and measure. I'm looking at the outside stitch line, and that is 4.5 inches, so that will work nicely. And let's look at this outer stitch line. It's also 4.5 inches. Perfect. So we can use the outer stitch line in order to square this block up. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to put the ruler on that outside stitch line, just like that. I'm not going to trim off the excess on this block because it's not that much. So I'm just going to trim it all up at the same time as I make this cut. So I want to be right on that outside stitch line. Okay, so double check yourself, make sure you're on it, and make that cut. And away it goes. Okay, and I can come over here and I will double check. Oops, I'll double check. Yeah, that outer stitch line is going to get me right to 4.5. So I'm going to go right on that outside stitch line. And the good thing is the outside stitch line is fairly straight. If it wasn't, and say for example it pulled in a little bit or pulled out, more likely it would pull in, then I'm just going to look at the outside points, the outside edge of that stitch line, and line my ruler up with that so that at that point it would be straight. So even if it bows in or out, look at that corner point and line your ruler up with that to make your cut very carefully. Okay, there goes that. And then we can double check ourselves. Yep, we're right on 4.5. Nice. Okay, all we have to do is trim these two sides. See, this line's not exactly straight. It kind of wobbles here in the middle. So I'm going to look at that end, and I'm going to look at this end. I can also visually line myself up with that line to make sure I'm straight across, and then make my cut. Okay, and we'll double check. Yes, that outside stitch line. This one's straighter, so I'm going to go to there. Make sure I'm straight across on the ruler and make my cut. All right, and all my little fuzz, get that off. And look at that. You have an awesome snowflake block. How about that? I think that's the way it goes with the embroidery up and down. There we go. Isn't that cool? You did it. Congratulations. So you finished another block in this amazing project. I hope you had fun today doing it like I did. So I hope you stay tuned here on Jelly and Molly TV for the rest of this series. And in the next video, we're going to make another block, which will be another snowflake. So stay tuned. I love this project, Enchanted Winter by Kimberbell, and I hope you are too. So until I see you next time, take care and happy stitching. Bye-bye.